The following stream contains mature content and subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hi, I'm Judy Von Eschen. Welcome to Chicago Hidden City. It's our 30th episode. That means season finale. Thank you guys for all coming in here, watching us, and joining into my crazy life and world of Chicago. I'm going to let Spotter take it off before I blabble on too long.
Hey, everybody. I'm Intera, and tonight I'll be playing Spotter the Nosferatu.
Hey, everybody. I'm Mama McStabber, and I'll be playing Dr. Taylor Hammond of Clan Bruja.
Hello, everyone. My name is John Levi R., and I'm going to be playing Dr. Magnus Sanchez of Clan Gangrel.
Hello, everyone. I'm Glaciator Kai, and tonight I'll be playing Bastion of the Clan Toreador.
And hello, I'm Maddox, and tonight I will be playing Dr. Theodore Smith of the Clan Tremere.
And we're going to start off with the group by Dr. Hammond. I believe it's at DePaul University, where she might be giving a guest lecture.
Indeed, she does have a guest lecture booked at DePaul University to their graduate history department. So she has brought the group with her because there is a certain Emily. What's her last name? I forget.
Carrie.
Emily Carey, who is tied to the Ashfinders. That's the head of the behavioral health, the behavioral department here. Bastion has already spoken to her once, so she has invited Theodore to observe her lecture while the other gentlemen take care of Emily. So, all right, I'm going to be actually in that building over there giving the guest lecture.
Mm-hmm.
Behavioral is over there.
I am somewhat of a little feeling a little bad, you know. She asked me to visit her for tea.
Did you bring tea?
No, I'm not really a tea person. I bring Spotter and Magnus with me.
Okay.
Do the two of you have any tea?
Tea? No. We
No.
wouldn't stop before you came here.
Okay. Dr. Tia, do you have tea? You look like someone who has tea.
I mean,
I have...
Like, the school's going to have a cafeteria, right?
She won't drink tea anyway. So,
Magnus just reaches into his bag and pulls out a thermos, and he's like, here. It's a rooibos red hibiscus tea. It's from after the end.
Oh my goodness. Why do you have this with you?
Why not?
See, that's why I love this guy.
Well, that beats out my joke that I was going to make by a long shot.
No, please make the joke, Theo. We are all here.
I was merely going to say that I don't know about actual tea, but Spotter has always given me a sort of peppermint feeling.
That minty freshness.
Soothing for the stomach, you know.
No, that didn't beat your joke. That joke was amazing.
My lecture is going to be right at about an hour. Of course, there's going to be probably about a half hour of, chit chat after the fact. But so meet here about an hour and a half, hour 45.
That's fine by me.
All right.
And then if needs be, well, I'm sure we'll hear an incident on campus if there is one, but I doubt it.
Okay, I didn't bring my rifle. That won't be on the news. Don't worry.
Okay.
I just brought a handgun.
Well, she puts her arm through Theo's and says, "Let's go, Dr. Smith."
Right after you, Dr. Taylor, and then
All right.
he will head through.
I'm going to let Dr. Taylor and Dr. Theo have a little bit of a chat before we go to the kill squad.
It's probably now in the actual lecture hall at this point, I'm guessing, setting up.
Mm-hmm.
And do you think that seats will have decent occupation? Do you think you'll have a lot of students for this?
It depends if the professors within the department highly recommended it, offered extra credit for it, those kinds of things. Yeah.
Tried to give a push.
Yeah, because this is technically after hours. It's not too late, but technically after hours. So this is taking away from their study time, their social time, their party time. So usually there has to be an incentive for that.
And then you also have the students blessed by night schedules.
Yes. Yes. So it just depends. I'm hoping that it will be fairly well populated here tonight, but we will see.
I've already found my seat, and he points up, and you can see tucked in the very corner is one of the furthest back chairs.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just be right there.
All right. Perfect.
No sense in taking a good seat from a student.
Mm-hmm. And she actually goes up to the lectern, which is down at the lowest end of the classroom, and takes out of her bag her lecture notes and turns on the microphone and tests it. And when Theo gets in seat, you hear me clearly up there?
I can.
Excellent. And then she
you need
will
a
just
TA
wait
for this.
I usually have one.
And then, Theo will just sit patiently and, stay quiet as students filter in, do his best to be ignorable.
There are a lot of students that come in.
Excellent.
And it's not just students. You actually see some kindred come in.
Excellent.
You will see several Bruja that you've seen. It's actually some from the Anarchs that are coming in to hear you talk. That there was a rumor going around that you were going to be lecturing a bit.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got people like Serenity coming in that you've seen before.
Mm-hmm.
Ironically enough, there's Raspberry. There's
Excellent.
a couple other Thin Bloods. And Nita's in the audience.
Good.
And then Bianca comes in too with a couple of her own. Looks like she's starting to filter out nicely within the place. So you will see, actually, it's a pretty good full house.
Good. And she just opens with a good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
And they'll all respond back, "Good evening, Dr. Hammond."
It's a pleasure to see so many faces here this evening. Allow me to enlighten you on some discoveries of historical significance that were found by my team in Prague. And with that, she will start her lecture.
And as go ahead, Theo.
Oh, I was just going to say, Theo, just to keep his focus a bit less on his crutch, because he did actually come to hear how this teaching thing works, is going to start with his free hand, just transcribing, taking notes, all that stuff, trying to get us. But he's not taking for actual lesson content. It's more like
Delivery style.
Yeah, here's how she's
how
addressing
she holds
students.
Engagement. Yeah.
How she detracts from distractions in the class. Like he's doing research on observational tactics instead.
Mm-hmm.
Valid. And as Dr. Taylor starts her lecture, Kill Squad, what you doing?
First off, I'm gonna correct something that just happened. Spotter is more of a jasmine tea guy with honey. Let's just get that straight.
Okay.
It's important to get the facts straight. Mm-hmm. So Bastion goes into the direction in which was pointed by Dr. Hammond. I assume the gentlemen that accompany me are not exactly being seen.
Yeah, as soon as we're out of sight of any witnesses or cameras, Magnus immediately activates Unseen Passage, 3 successes. He also activates Prowess, Defy Bane, and Fist of Cain, and surges his strength because Magnus believes in being prepared. He's also a Hunger 3 now. Because sometimes being prepared means you roll badly.
Valid.
Sometimes you gotta roll up hangry.
Mm-hmm. And when you're taking out a kindred, at least there's a snack right there, you know?
Damn, it's so harsh and cold. Okay, that's fine. Let's see how it is.
Or at least Prowess and Defy Bane. We know she's an Malkavian. She's probably going to see right through my obfuscate anyway. So,
and
maybe. We'll see.
Bastion is actually going to be turning up Sense the Unseen because she's a Malkavian.
Mm-hmm. Magnus also has Sense the Unseen up.
Ditto that.
Yeah, and Bastion will be strolling up to the place with tea in hand, actually wanting to go directly to her, Emily.
Okay. Well, as you guys roll up to her office, it's nice. It's I hate to just say closet Malkavian, but it's nice. It is a suitable office for a professor and somebody that understands behavioral psychology. I did make up what she looks like in our Chicago Hidden City. And there is a lovely little like tea set that's set up, ready. Does she know that you are coming with guests, or does she believe that you're coming alone?
I do believe that she thinks Bastion's coming alone.
Got it. So there's a tea set with two teacups and whatnot. And she's sitting far back a bit. So it's like a couch, 2 chairs, and another couch. And she's in that far back chair from where the door is. And as you open the door, you will hear nothing but a lovely little piece by Glenn Miller.
Oh. Bastion will open the door in a very scandalous way and literally give 3 steps inside. Emily, I'm so glad that you accepted my offer and decided to have the tea party.
Well, I thought might as well. I mean, you don't get to be offered tea very much, do you?
No. Honestly, I am not really offering. And Bastion is barging in without closing the door. And he...
Noticing?
Yeah. And he goes and sits right across from her. And if he notices that she's trying to analyze things other than himself, he's going to literally smile and say, I brought his hibiscus tea. This one, actually, we can drink.
Oh, you can't drink normal tea?
Oh, I can't. I can
that's
drink
a 10 crit
tea.
for noticing Magnus and Spotter, just so you know.
Mm-hmm.
She'll kind of not go, oh, well, I didn't know that you couldn't drink tea. And She'll look dead at Magnus and Spotter like, I seen you bring company.
Magnus
Gentlemen.
just smiles at her.
Spotter will
well.
drop it and sit down.
Yeah. And he puts the tea in front of her. So Emily, he
Mhm.
sits. I would like to have a talk.
That's why I thought you were wanting the tea.
Exactly. So he smiles a little to her. We kinda understand a little about how things are going.
Okay.
And Bastian, just for note, he's really not looking her in the eyes. He's looking at her chin.
Oh yeah,
Um,
she's
So, darling, we are in a, what can I say, an impasse.
how so?
See, I have found a lot of information. A lot of my friends have found a lot of information. We have
Mhm.
discovered a lot of things.
About
And that's not exactly something that's very good for you. But we are
about?
open. He smiles. But we are open to having a conversation. See, when someone does business with the ministry, it's always a little suspicious.
Okay. Can
When
you get to the
someone is, do you want me to get to the point?
Yes, because this no offense. You're circling around.
Oh, yes, that's intentional. So, darling, getting to the
Yes,
point.
sweetie.
Very well. You have been doing some very naughty things with vampires, huh? Ash finders and such.
I haven't done anything directly. I've analyzed
And
data.
that's why you're not actually staked at this very moment.
Great.
We are here to talk. Don't get me wrong. You and your behavior PhD can analyze me all you want.
Okay. Great.
But, of course, depends on you on how this conversation ends.
What do you want is the question.
Oh, that's weird. I expected you to know. Aren't you the analyzing data type?
Yes, but I'm being respectful and not going into your mind to read it.
That's not a good thing for you if you do.
Hence, I said I'm being respectful and asking.
Very well. Thing I want is information. I want your existence to continue untainted. I want you to be capable of actually thriving into your nights. Maybe in a better business proposition.
Again, what do you want?
Your boss.
Yeah, information on the snake.
Oh. Janet Miller. How quaint.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want exactly?
We do realize that the whole operation that's happening is somewhat rather not very good for our kind, and she is financing it. You are just a third party in the sense. At least that's the narrative that we can sell. And that's the narrative that best suits you.
I have no skin in this game.
But your name is in the game.
And see,
the
truth of the matter really doesn't matter.
Right. Tell you what,
What matters is what story we sell the sheriff.
That's fair. All I've been doing is reading analytical data. I can't tell you exactly where it is and how they got it. I just get the emails.
And you're a Malkavian with incredible insight about things that can read minds with your will, please. Dear,
There are certain things that I do for my patients that they can't normally do for themselves. Now, have I given them the drugs? No.
No, well, good.
No.
That's one less charge on you. What else?
I haven't done anything to them except try to help their mental health. To be honest, I'm clean, but I can give you all my analytical data if you absolutely
Junie.
want. Yes.
Wits and insight.
Go ahead.
Magnus does not trust her.
Moi? How can you not?
And I'm not.
Wits
I'm gonna
surged and it
actually
passed.
scry this. I am going to scry the soul.
Oh,
Sure. Absolutely.
And also for our dear audience, look at what it's like trying to manipulate a Class A manipulator. It's
Hell
really
yeah.
fucking difficult.
Mhm.
Malkavians are the best manipulators in Vampire, hands down.
Love the Toreador, but they wish.
Well, I rolled a willpower because I had an extra 0. Didn't get it, but still have a 6 messy crit. So
Oh, that's a shame.
I got a 8 on a crit on my scry the soul.
Okay. She had an 11 crit for you, Magnus.
mhm.
I got 3, so I got nothing.
Okay, and that's a 9 on Bastion. What I will say for you, Bastion, she does not have blood bonds. She has no attachments.
That's
And
good.
she has not committed to diablerie. She's calm. She's cool. She's collected. She's just just a little bit surprised that you brought friends. But to her, it's like, okay, more people to learn, more people to learn from. And you know what? She's not raising a hand. She's not causing a fuss. There should be no muss. In theory.
Mm-hmm. Bastion leans a little forward. Very well. Let's say I believe you. Let's say I do indeed look at you and say that you're clean.
I
And
hope so.
And what else can you tell us about your boss, darling?
Secretive. Quite quiet. Prefers to deal with emails. She doesn't talk much. She doesn't answer her phone. Everything is handled through courier. Everything's handled through. One would think I had power over Dominate. Her couriers don't realize what they're doing until after they're here and delivering things. You want to talk about secret? You want to talk private? Then Nosferatu should learn the whole thing from her.
Okay. What has your spirit's touch revealed about the power of their deliveries? Don't try and fool me to think that you do not have the power, darling.
I'm not denying anything. Do you see me denying anything?
Very well. Answer my question.
I am. Give me a moment to answer. You're jumping down my throat. Give me a moment. I can simply say this. What is written in them? I don't get a face. I don't get emotions. I have a feeling she has somebody writing everything down for her. It's weird. It's disconnected.
She absolutely is. That's interesting.
It's disturbing. All I know is she's, from rumors, of course, she was once this big, huge hippie. Then all of a sudden fell off the face of the earth and then decided to say that she was born again into evangelicalism.
Okay.
And then every time that there's a, shall we say, social need for distraction, she's there with some new drug. One that she has practiced with prior to 10 years before. So she knows how it works. She knows how to counter the market.
Junie? Was Emily on red team, yellow team, or blue team?
Emily was not on a team. She was one of the quote unquote captains. So she would have been a mark to send data to for analytical services, but she did not give drugs to anyone. But she was a part of it. She does know what it's going on, but she hasn't given it to anyone yet.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't lied when I said that I quite like you, Emily.
Oh, thank you.
And I haven't lied as well that your best interests are my best interests.
And what is your best interest?
I really want you to have a good night. Drink some hibiscus tea. I'm not lying that you can drink this one. Even
Oh, I know.
without actually throwing up at the end of the night.
Valid. Look, I'm not here to quabble, nor am I here to start any fights. As she looks to Spotter and Magnus. I'm here to just simply have a lovely evening. If that means talking to you and giving you the information you require, so be it. I have no loyalties to them.
Okay. Why did exactly you start working with them?
Analytical data. They were getting more data than I could get here. And not to mention, I was getting access to different schools and their data. It's all about access. If I can get a hold of UIC without having to go through the jumps and hoops and get into their system, as well as Northwestern, imagine how easy it is to handle so many more things, push people into the right directions, get them into the right places, or find the right information. It has nothing to do with whatever they were doing. It was me getting access into the libraries, into the departments, pushing people where they needed to go.
See. But ending the whole operation is counterintuitive to what you want, right?
No,
so that's why
not
you
really.
went along.
No, I have the information I need. If you want to cut the cords, cut the cords. I have where I need to put people. I know where the contacts are. That's what I needed.
I see. Misters, are we satisfied with the answers?
Spotter's gonna close his eyes for a second while they're talking.
Mm-hmm.
Am I within the city limits here?
No, you are very much within the city. You're in the city.
All right. Let's see.
You're just north of the loop.
Let's see if the city can give me an impression of this lady.
Oh, lovely. This is fine. Excuse me. I wish you were alcohol. Gosh.
Malkavians can't hide from everything.
Exactly. The city happens to. The city's calm tonight. So as you ask the question, the ripples from the lake come through to you. You can see that this woman, of course, Malkavian, definitely is one to try and give you the information you want to hear. But also she's turning around to connect other people to grow what they need to do. So it's not that she's not lying to you. She's omitting certain truths. But she's also telling you the truth about certain connections she needed to help her students. And as the city comes and talks to you, you will see that, yes, she's taken the data. Yes, she has turned around to use and manipulate. But it's not the people of Chicago she's manipulating. She's manipulating the person above. The more that she's needed, the more context she can gain and keep. To her, it's more of she's got the money. She's willing to siphon. She can use the money to turn around and help some of these students get to where they need to go. So it's more of robbing Paul, saving Peter, giving Henry his chance at some kind of chance at another go for what, PhD. Oh, go talk to him. Here's the money for your scholarship. So it's more of trying to manipulate the system to help her students help the mental health field to get things better to where they need to go.
Thank you.
Of course.
So when Bastion asked that, Spotter's going to open his eyes. He's actually going to look at her. He'll make eye
Okay.
contact. He'll make eye contact.
She'll look right back.
I think the only thing she was being 100% honest about was helping her students. Not the rest. The rest of it was still true. Just, well, we all have our secrets, I suppose.
That we do, Mr. Spotter. But of course, my students come first. Always. If I can help them push them, if I can help push them into the correct places, who's to say that in about 5-10 years, you don't have another wave of productive psychiatrists or productive sociologists or productive, psychologists. Just think of that. Sure, I might turn around and manipulate a woman that's probably batshit crazy. And I know what I am, and I know what clan I am. But if I can turn around and manipulate that woman to turn around and help other people get to where they need to go, who's the wiser? Who is really at fault?
Magnus looks at her and he's just like, are you able to take a advisory position at a company while still being a professor?
Yeah, there is no conflict. Why?
How does 300,000 a year sound?
Okay, I'm confused as into where we're going with this, but yes, I will not say no to money.
Your way of connecting with people, it's something that would be very useful.
If I can go to A and B and C and get you all rounded up so that you're all talking and I can just slip out of the picture, whose job is it?
Oh, the prospect of this being the most convoluted job interview ever. So lovely.
Was this supposed to be a job interview? I would have wanted my better suit.
No, it was either that or an execution. One of the two.
No, I prefer not the execution, please and thank you.
Yeah. What would happen to your students?
I don't
Without a
know. You'd have
lovely
to deal
teacher.
with it. That would be sad.
I have a number of clinics. I'm sure you're aware of that.
I know exactly who you are, Dr. Sanchez.
Yes.
Your
And
entire coterie is well known.
Yes. You have the connections for expanding that into, well, beyond just physical health to more of behavioral health, mental health.
I can do that. Or what are you looking to do?
I'm looking for you to find me the right people who are willing to work in those clinics they'll be well paid, but they must be willing to work with the people that I send to them, whether those people are rich, poor, on the wrong side of the law, whatever it is.
Off my hand right now, I can probably offer you 6 or 7 students right now that are going for their PhDs.
That's a good start. We've got 12 clinics looking to expand to a 13th soon.
That's not a problem. I can handle all of that easily. Not to mention, if I cross-checked, and I already know what happened to our dear other associates. I'm assuming you all gently had a hand in that. I can still access those files to pull other people from other colleges if you so need with my recommendations.
See, that's lovely. We are
Mhm.
having a great night.
Are you
One
happy
little
now?
detail
Mhm.
and we'll be set.
Okay.
We need you to cut bridges. I am not so gullible to believe that you are not going to be a snake, because we are all snakes, let me be honest. But at the same time, this particular brand of snake, not really productive to nowadays New York,
No, you
nowadays
want me to cut?
Chicago, nowadays anywhere.
You want me to sever ties with her? Not a problem. We can do it
Oh,
tonight.
more like take the roots off with
Oh.
everything that you can and present them to us. Give all the information and resources that you can, because you sound quite invaluable to this operation.
Not that I would ever make myself, shall we say, not invaluable. I always make sure I have an exit plan available.
And honestly, we are offering you a better deal.
Oh, I'm aware of that. A venture would be blind not to take this.
So we can solve this peacefully, have a nice tea, then.
No, I have no problem with that. I have absolutely no qualms whatsoever about that. The question is how do you want it? Flash drive, paper copy, or on a disc?
Flash.
Flash drive.
Flash drive is best.
All right. May I get up from my seat to go over to my office to do just what I said I would do? I'd rather ask prior to anyone thinking I'm getting up to run.
Don't worry, you wouldn't run far.
Oh, that's good to know. And she will get up, walk into her office. I'm going to let you guys have a little bit of a talk while she turns around and puts in a flash drive and downloads her data.
Father's going to sip
Bastion
some
looks
tea
at.
and watch the office.
Mm-hmm. Bastion's going to look to the two of them.
Mhm.
Not quite tailored, am I?
No, that's fine. She's not Kent, so didn't need the same solution.
Absolutely.
I just if she cuts ties, I'm probably a little concerned that she may face some repercussions. She's a loose end at this point.
Oh, absolutely. We are not having that loose end without some proper ties. I expect Magnus to be only one of the leashes that we're going to put on her, but that's for her own safety.
We'll see if I can get some
Josephine is.
NOS around to at least keeping a half an eye on the
I'm
university.
thinking Josephine. She is a lonely Mokavan. She should be integrated into the clan.
I don't disagree, but again, Primogen's probably dance card's probably full.
Junie, what's Emily's last name?
Carrie.
Carrie? Okay.
Mhm.
Magnus, while they're talking, has been texting first his secretary for, details on the employment contract. And then tells her to email it to Dr. Emily Carey at the university. Because he's like, well, she's in her office, might as well get that sent over now. And then he starts texting Josephine, who's just like, do you know Dr. Emily Carey?
There will be a couple of question marks after that. Like question mark, question mark, question mark.
At it's University DePaul, right?
DePaul University.
At DePaul University.
Question mark, question mark, question mark. Exclamation point.
He just texts back a emoji of a full moon.
You'll get the whole the circle with the slash moon question mark and then WTF. Never heard of.
Magnus just chuckles and is like, you should meet her. She's I believe she's a relative of yours.
Pause. And you see the little ellipses going on. Okay, sure. Where is she? Question mark.
DePaul University in
Now?
the behavioral health. She's the head of the behavioral health department.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Yeah. I need this texting to be in Southern.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Lord have mercy.
Thank you.
Bless your heart.
Oh.
Exactly. You know exactly what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
Magnus actually just replies, bless your heart, you're going to have your hands full.
How do you all in caps because she can't figure how do you find all these people and I don't even she ain't connecting. Oh, there's no network. Magnus, you hold it up at a whole stockpile, stockpile my cousins you haven't introduced me to yet.
He just texts back, I can ask the city.
I'm sorry, what?
You should try talking to her sometime.
I can't do that.
Have you tried?
Yes. Sad face.
No, keep trying.
Sad
She
crying
listens.
face. And then you see the emoji of tears. It's a waterfall of tears.
This is a primogen in the city of Chicago.
Yeah.
Magnus just texts back, keep trying. She listens even if you can't hear her.
Even sadder face. So like, fine, now you'll see her, she'll go fine. I'll be there in a minute. Well, a couple shakes of several lambs' tails, but I'll be there.
Well, Josephine's probably a good judge of people, so she'll be here in a little bit.
One way or
Yeah,
another, she'll either be a problem or she won't.
Yeah, and besides, with the Primogen involved, maybe she'll get some guidance and stop putting herself in some shitty business like this.
Well,
Who are
also,
we to? Hmm?
I was saying, at a basic level, this Emily is clearly concerned with making connections. So,
Yes. And Bashan is gonna lean a little over into her office. Are you done, Emily?
Junie has to switch to accents. Yes, I'm almost done. Apparently I've just got an email about job application. I'm putting that off to the side. I'm almost done completely. Just like a literally minute and a half. I have about 89% left.
Very good. We're gonna have you meet someone.
Lovely. Whom?
Oh, do you know the Primogen of your clan?
No.
You're about to.
Lovely. And to whom will I have the pleasure of meeting?
Josephine.
Okay. Josephine.
She's
who?
she's a lovely lady.
Magnus would
Really
remember
good
her
with
last name.
guns.
I don't.
Davis.
Davis. Josephine Davis.
Okay. I will look forward to meeting her.
Lovely lady, amazing with guns. She is incredible to talk with.
Guns, you say? That's horrifically interesting that you bring that up. Thing that
He
Oh,
also
my
likes
last-
knitting.
crochet.
Yeah. Thank you.
Minus 6.
Fuck you, John.
You're welcome.
He now
damn it.
removes a level of fortitude from your sheet.
Take that one out. Josephine, I can't say that it's, wait. Is that is she known by Josie?
Probably to friends.
Yes.
I've heard a little bit about a Josie that likes to flounce around with a rifle and jump from rooftop to rooftop.
When?
Yeah, I've done that a few times with her.
When? No, I haven't seen it. I just heard.
Oh, yes. Tell me what you heard. I'm now very curious.
Oh. Scar used to talk about her all the time, or at least Josie. I never knew her name was Josephine or Davis or anything like that, but she would hop around like she was some long lost cowgirl.
Did he mention what his interest was in Josie?
He liked her hair. And that she was a crack shot.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh,
But
we're
apparently
going to have to let her know about that.
Apparently
I
she's a good
don't
dancer.
see why.
I don't think there's a point.
Scryer's not around anymore, so not really a point.
Oh, that's interesting to know. Thank you for that information.
Yeah, that was almost you.
That's delightful. Thank you so much for letting me know that.
You're welcome.
Okay, well, here's everything that you guys want to know. All the data I have. And she will actually offer it to Spotter because he's the one who said he wanted the flash drive.
I'm gonna actually scry this so again because she said all the data that you want to know and not all the data. And so I want to see if she's trying to pull a fast one on us, just as she thinks she's off the hook.
I'm not rolling.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm not great again.
She's not lying. She may have said this is all the data you want to know, but she knows for a fact it's all the data she has.
Okay.
She understands wording.
Bastion is just looking at her, and then when she gives to Spotter, Bastion simply nods.
That flash drive is gone.
That's valid.
Well, I think we are just ought to wait a little for Josephine. Why don't we make the tea? No, in the prior, she loves tea.
Josie likes tea.
Oh, she loves tea.
As in verbal tea or as in sipping tea?
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's entertaining to know.
It's interesting how many facets we don't know about people, isn't it?
You know what? I'm only given, I only take what's presented to me and then I move from there. I don't assume, nor do I try to sniff around. I keep in my own personal box because it's easier that way. If people come to me with, as you have all come to me for a new opportunity, there we go.
And Bastion is actually going to prepare the tea himself while staring at her with very friendly face and smile the whole time.
Sure. I'd take a minute over. That's fair. Anything.
I'm curious. You knew who we were pretty quickly. What have you what have you heard from about us?
Are you kidding?
Oh, start.
You're the ones Oh, you're the ones who put Jackson on the throne.
Oh,
Not to mention, Dr. Sanchez has more places around this place than any venture who has businesses. Bastion has the Pulse, the social media industry. And I don't need to even go into your specifications, Mr. Spotter.
pretty detailed information.
No, not really.
Absolutely.
It's simple
For
information.
someone who doesn't know the Primogen,
I never asked.
Hmm.
Not to mention, I'm not the one who is very, very chattery. Squire was.
makes
Giving
sense.
Nosferatu a chance to speak his mind.
Hmm.
Now, have I ever exposed him or said anything about anything? Of course not. Why would I? Respect the information that's given, leave it where it goes. Sad to hear that he has departed this world, but at the same time, I'm not surprised.
Damn shame.
He didn't know when to keep his mouth shut.
Yeah.
And he didn't know how to play well with others.
No.
Not to
No, he
mention,
did.
he was way too obsessed about way too many things that he couldn't control. Why
he's-
even?
Or actually just nods a little bit.
No, I'm sorry and sad that you've lost a clanmate. But at the same time, you don't seem too broken up about it either. I said you seem.
Yeah.
I can't assume your emotions about that.
Yeah. Won't be missed.
That's fair enough. Very interesting assessment. I wondered why Dr. Hammond was giving a lecture over here. Normally, she doesn't come up this way. I mean, I'm happy, and I did send my students over there so they could learn a thing or two about history. It always seems to repeat itself every 20 some odd years. Funny that.
You actually are not at all wrong. It is the second time something like this happened to us, isn't it? He looks at Magnus and Spotter. I remember Isabel. I wonder how she's going tonight.
Well, it isn't quite 20 years, but it was about 1992, 93. So, city's due, unfortunately.
Not wrong. There's some rumblings I've heard about, but we'll see how that goes.
Well, you can't tease us like that.
Oh, why not? You tease me with enough information. Turnabout's fair play, isn't it?
Oh.
Love the chickeness.
She just intentionally trigger a Nosferatu compulsion.
I don't know. Do you want to find out and roll? It's up to you.
If you have to ask, then you should be rolling.
Yes.
Mhm.
If you have to ask, the answer is yes.
Us.
All right, what am I rolling?
Willpower. Just a willpower. It's a simple roll. Never make you roll anything harder than that.
25990, a 10.
25590.
259910.
Oh,
So that's three successes.
Yeah, no, you're good. If you had gotten a 2, then yes. But you got a 3, you're fine. And she'll just smile and go, it's interesting that you came in for tea and you brought your friends, and yet here we are. I've now just got a better job and may or may not have just gently teased Nosferatu about information. And you're still sitting there smiling, drinking your tea.
Mm-hmm.
A very good tea.
Also,
Oh,
Yes.
I believe so.
I know that's very direct, and I'm sorry, but how old exactly are you? And I mean that in kindred.
How wounded?
How old
Oh, how old am I?
Yeah,
Darling, you should never ask a lady that. I'm young.
absolutely. But I'm not known to be a gentleman.
I'm young enough to know better, but old enough to make sure I do the proper things.
We are old, like old people.
You're not about 300 or 400 years old. You're too young for that.
Yeah, not that old. But still, we have learned a thing or two about making connections.
Well, I'm working connections with the human world. How's that? How's that
It's
connection
good.
working?
It's fine. It's lovely. But the thing is, perhaps not connecting with the other kindred might get you killed. And so we do things like this all the nights, all the time. We deal with people that are horrible, and we deal with people that are not.
Well,
It's
I hope I've
just-
made the I'm not the horrible list.
So far.
That's to be decided, honestly. You were participating in a drug circulation circle about killing and cannibalizing the ashes of people. So, 50-50.
At least I'm not part of the circulatory band of human trafficking. I'd like to point that out.
See, but those circles were not as separate as you may think.
Yes, but I'm not also bringing in the Second Inquisition on that either.
I'm sorry, what?
What do you
Mhm.
think they're here for?
Bastion, I'm gonna need you to enlighten me on what you were saying about the ash finders and this circulatory system.
I don't know if that's connected to either or. I just know that that's
Oh.
going on around here. I have not partaken, I'd like to point out, and I have actually helped several people avoid being taken.
Good. I'm going to need any information you
It's
have on this
lovely.
That's on the drive.
circulatory system.
It's
Excellent.
on the drive. I thought if I mentioned it, you're going to want that, so I've already included that.
I appreciate that.
Foresight's always a good thing. And then you'll hear the clacking of heels.
It's a good thing you have it.
I know, right? You'll hear the clacking of heels as you know Josephine is coming towards you.
Gentlemen, I think we can leave her to Josephine.
Yep. We don't need to be here for that.
Magnus stays to introduce Josephine and her before heading back out.
Just gives Josephine walks out.
Josephine will be outside saying hi to Bastion and Spider as they're leaving.
Send
And
it.
they'll. And as all that's going on, Dr. Taylor Hammond has slowly finished her lecture, has been taking questions like a fucking champ.
Mm-hmm.
And yet there's no screaming. There's no violence, no nothing.
Nothing.
There wasn't any alarms.
None.
What happened?
Not a bit. It's fantastic. Whatever they did, it was
know.
nice and quiet.
Exactly.
And she's and I did roll for her charisma. And hang on just a second. Let me pull up what I had done. It was charisma and persuasion with a specialty in instruction, and got an 11 with a double crit success. So
Ooh,
it
very
was
nice.
quite a compelling lecture that had the audience fully engaged for the hour that she spoke. And she is answering questions with charm and eloquence as they are asking. And as she finishes the last question, she just says in the mic, "Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for attending my lecture this evening."
And you will actually get a standing ovation. Everyone, kindred, kind of like, they all stand up and give you a standing ovation on that.
Mm-hmm. And she will gather her notes, put them back in her bag, make a small bow to the audience, and exit the lectern and actually exit the auditorium.
As you leave, people will congratulate you, say thank you so much for coming. I really enjoyed the lecture. It inspired me. The whole thing. And you actually see some of the kindred actually kind of watching you leave and giving you that clap. And you know that how many kindred have been there to see you do this. Actually, now is giving you a boost in your status.
Mm-hmm.
Give yourself a boost in status.
In what? Because I
would
have
say now
status in multiple things.
I'm aware, madam. Hello, mistress of I hold shit. I would say not only in Camarilla Anarch, but also in Bruja. Because
Right.
Bruja were there. There were Camarilla there, and there were Anarchs there.
All right.
And as you file out, you'll see several of them leaving, kind of like in packs and things. And Bianca will gently be going over to say hello to Theodore because she didn't think he would be there. That was surprised. And then she'll kind of walk out. If Theo's inclined to walk out with her, she will definitely go ahead.
He does not walk out with her, but he does slip her a note.
Okay.
And then that can be said later, probably when Taylor pries for the information of what Theo asked her.
Oh, absolutely. That's completely fine. And Bianca will come out and offer Taylor a hand and say it was a beautiful and fantastic lecture. I loved it.
Thank you so much.
Do let me know when you're going to do one again. Yes?
Well, I do at least one a week over at UIC. But
I didn't know exactly when your things were, and I wanted to listen to you.
Well,
So
I'm actually starting back next week. My first lecture back is going to be on Thursday evening.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Your inventory has arrived?
Yes, it
had
did. Thank you.
I did actually make sure that it went through quality control twice.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful.
So customs, let me tell you, they are very, very picky. But I made sure it was all clean. Everything was good. You have
Good.
your next shipment is coming up 2 weeks from now, just to make sure
Perfect.
you are completely stocked.
Yep, we are actually opening tomorrow night, so it will be perfect.
Fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Well, do let me know if you need anything. And again, I enjoyed the lecture. It was good. Thank you.
I am glad you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for coming.
And she will walk out with a couple of the people that she came in with.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll leave Taylor and Theo to have a talk before we go to the non-murder squad merging together.
Theo will have stood up, just dusted something off of his shirt, and then approached Taylor once majority or all of the students had cleared out by that point.
Mm-hmm. And as she's actually leaving, because some of the senior faculty of the department are clean, making sure that the lecture hall's cleaned up and stuff before shutting everything down, she will exit out with you and say, well, did you enjoy it?
It was quite enlightening. Thank you for inviting me.
Of course.
I must say, only one student fell asleep, and I truly think he just isn't a night person.
I agree. I do not get offended if someone sleeps in my class. When I give lectures, there are always handouts that go with it, so that in case someone, because I don't know what they do in their time, they may have a job that works them crazy hours when they're not in classes and they're just exhausted, but there are also my lectures. When I give them at the school, they are recorded so that students can listen to them again when they have time and take notes from that as well. So it allows them to study in the ways that work for them.
The handout may be something I'll need to adopt.
Mm-hmm.
Basic information I wouldn't want them to forget if they're a bad note
Yes,
taker.
exactly. Because not everyone is skilled at taking notes. Not everyone has the capacity to pay attention for a solid hour. Not everyone has the energy to be alert during a lecture. And that's perfectly fine. What I don't tolerate in my classroom is disrespect.
As
And
far as I
wasting
saw, there
the
was,
other students' time.
as far as I witnessed, there was none of that.
Exactly. It was a lovely audience for my lecture.
There was a couple comments I think you'd made about halfway through where I saw some students in the crowd scroll something down as if they just come to some sort of epiphany or something.
I wouldn't be
So-
surprised. Oftentimes, the passion I have for my field is conveyed in the lessons I give. Through no supernatural means. I'm just batshit passionate about it. And it inspires others.
Do you believe that the students will always pick up on your passion?
Some do. Because it speaks to something within them that maybe they haven't listened to very much. Or something they may have wanted when they were 6 years old. And then got told, oh, that's a silly dream. Do something else.
Theo keeps trying to think of something to say, and you can see like the hinge for his jaw just keeps shutting back
And
on
she
him.
just looks you deadpan in the eyes and says, fucking spit it out.
Well, no, that's the problem. I don't know what next to ask.
Then when you figure it out, you ask it.
As that goes on, I would say Spotter, Magnus, and Bastion come in.
Yeah, and we're like out in the front green or
Mhm.
whatever. Yeah. And
Hello.
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 So how did it go? Wait a minute. And she
Amazingly
looks to the
good.
bar. Is that Josie's car?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, Bastion let her go and Magnus gave her a job.
And introduced her to Josephine.
Mm-hmm. Oh, she's a terrible person. Like, truly awful. She's manipulating the whole business, in the whole Ashfinder business, to endorse our own interests. She's playing her boss and everyone else for fools.
To
And
make
that's
sure
so
that
much
her-
potential.
To make sure that her students were able to get better positions and do better in,
Yeah.
schooling and in their future jobs. So
Yeah.
I
Bastion-
looked at that and I said, that has potential. I'm going to hire her.
Entirely a valid response on as far as my understanding goes. And Bastion, you haven't spent much time around Malkavians, have you?
They
I
are
actually
master
have.
manipulators.
Oh, yes, I love Malkavians. It's just a shame Josephine doesn't have all the time nowadays with the Primogen business stuff, because I really wanted to have a whole conversation with her about everything, because she's so interesting. And yeah, speaking of her, we talked with her. She had no idea who this Malkavian was, likewise from the Malkavian. And so to both of them, we made the connection. And now she's Josephine's problem. But we have all the data on the Ashfinders.
Awesome. Awesome.
She was parsing data for them.
Yeah.
All the data from the different
Ah.
schools.
And let me guess, it got her connections to other schools and shit.
100%.
Absolutely.
No effort on her part.
No, I get it. Why do you think I do guest lectures? Gets me connections to other schools.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. and you know,
And it just helps that
I
I have some influence in historical and archaeological and anthropological societies. So,
exactly. We have to give value to the hustle, honestly.
Yeah,
She was making it work, so why stop her?
exactly.
Just point her in the better direction.
Okay. Is she going to continue doing that?
Oh, we asked very politely but very firmly for her to leave behind all connections with the Ashfinders.
Okay.
She was just her, actually, she was just there consultant of data of sorts. She was third party to begin with.
At this point, I think we're in the vehicle, so we can have this open conversation.
Mhm.
And Taylor's just like, okay, so Kent is gone. That distribution channel is gone. Actually, manufacturer and distribution channel is gone. Jones is gone. That manufacturer and distribution channel is gone. And now her analyst is gone.
Mm-hmm.
One of two things is going to happen. She's going to cut and run, or this will bring her into the open to figure out what the fuck's going on.
Doesn't seem to be
Honestly,
your
either
style, but
works.
hopefully,
Yeah, but she was never in that position in which everything that she worked so hard to be simply was undermined.
Right.
You're right. I mean, she might have been before she got the network set up.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, either she will cut and run, or she'll come forward to try to figure out what the fuck happened.
And in the first scenario,
I'm not so certain that she's actually the one at the top.
I think, based on the information we've gotten, it might be her sire. Again, Junie Magnus would remember how to pronounce it, but I don't, so it's Gulaboo?
I'm going to say that's the closest thing that I would come up to.
Okay.
When White Wolf decides to name sires and they give them this unique name that doesn't give any pronunciation keys, we're going with what we can say. There we go.
It doesn't surprise me in the slightest that it's a Church of Set operation.
Mm-hmm.
Look at what it does. If Thin Bloods who make it actually use it, it endangers them.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. We did ask her about the whole business side of things, but also what she wanted, what she believed. And she gave us a proper idea that Janet Miller really is out and about, just offering good times, salvation, and evangelical church things, whatever.
That was the word.
To everyone that wants it.
Through drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. That's
Church of Set. That ain't it. That ain't evangelical Christianity. No,
that's
Church
absolutely the modus of operandi.
Yeah. It's just chaos. Just chaos for the sake of chaos.
Mm-hmm.
Chaos for the sake of chaos. And they don't take the time to actually learn from said chaos. They just keep making chaos.
Well, then, Taylor, Magnus, to use terminology that I think you'll both be quite comfortable with, how about we just focus on what we've already been doing, which is pruning the weeds?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I
agree.
This information is useful, but truly, I don't feel changes our course of actions all that
No,
drastically.
not at all. Like I said, either she will cut and run, move shit to somewhere else where she doesn't have so many elders around that can fuck with her shit, or she'll come forward and then we kill her. It's fine.
Yes. But there's one bit that kind of bothered me.
What's that?
The whole thing. She said that she's not connected to the circulatory system. And she said that she's not also dealing with the Second Inquisition. Why did she have these informations?
Because she has sussed out that Janet is.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
So can we guess that Janet is also mixed in with the
But if we have
system?
removed Scryer, removed Kent.
Kent.
Removed Jones. The analyst not so important in the whole human trafficking thing. All that's going to be left is her and whoever's pulling her strings.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely not enough to run such a big
No.
operation.
It's really not. They're going to fail to deliver.
When they do, but the sense is going to happen regardless of their influence. And we're going to have
And if who I
all the
think is
buyers.
actually running the circulatory system in Chicago, if they fail to deliver with that one, they are fucked.
So you know about this circulatory system and who's running it?
There's rumors about it. The only thing I've ever...
Malkavians are the best manipulators on the fucking planet.
Well, we took out the person who started it.
Gotcha.
What do you think Blue Velvet has in their basement?
And confirm.
Why would they have cells down there?
And a tunnel network stretching all over the city.
Why do you think Bronwyn never
Interesting.
desired a position of power? Because she already has one. She probably knows the specific taste of every fucking Ventru in the city. And
Although
caters to it.
I would also hope that the competent Ventru would understand to learn to gather their own food.
Point out a competent Ventru in this city, please.
Oh, I can't.
Kevin's
but I
getting
just
there.
said I hope the competent ones don't utilize the service.
Yeah, well, Kevin goes to the Blue Velvet too. So
I do as well, but not for that.
no, but trust.
Mm-hmm.
Trust.
Mouth shut.
That
I'm
will be a
not saying-
particularly.
I'm not saying that it isn't fucked up, because it's totally fucked up. But kindred are going to be kindred, and they're going to do fucked up shit.
Mm-hmm.
That will be a very big nest of wasps if
Yeah.
it's disturbed.
I don't recommend going against Bronwyn. And I'm saying that as a diehard fucking Bahari. She likes us because we saved her from Sun. That's the best way to keep her. She's a dangerous one, that one.
Mm-hmm.
But if services were to be donated to that just generally discourage trafficking in a more general spread across Chicago, you're not interfering with her. You're simply making the city better.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's less of a direct approach than we all are used to.
Mm-hmm.
But
But you can still
sometimes you
combat
need
it.
to not take the direct approach.
Mm.
That's how I handled being under Loden for so many decades.
Yeah.
I am happy to say that I never once experienced the man.
Yes, you are happy to say that. Trust me, you are
Yeah.
happy to say that.
I've heard rumors. Man was not pleasant.
He was my foster sire for a while.
Oh, God, I'm sorry.
Well, in this case, the apple fell so far from the tree, it's in a different zip code. So thank you for that, Magnus.
No wonder you're a better venture than Ballard.
Who do you think taught Ballard?
But you taught him to be not quite that good.
Well, when you're teaching someone who has ambition, you teach them everything that they know, not everything that you know.
Indeed.
All you had to do was give him a gentle nudge down a hill and gravity took care of the rest.
Well, that's why Sovereign isn't in the picture anymore.
Okay,
Oh my
Thea, that was
goodness,
funny.
Theo.
I have been practicing.
You have.
You're doing well.
Congratulations.
Oh man.
I had heard, now that you mentioned Sovereign, I had heard from some random rumors that he's trying to build on a crumbled foundation.
Wouldn't surprise me.
I think I've heard some things about him approaching other clans with business, but I don't know. I'm a Tremere. No one talks with me.
Well, I can say about the other venture of that particular lineage. I've spoken with Mr. Neely, and he has been lovely and pointed me out pretty much everything that he has to know about the Sabbat and things like that. Not as quite as entertaining as dealing with Sovereign, but I am quite certain that we can rule out them having some sort of weakness in our particular midst. They will try to exploit the city, but they will go after the egotistical vampires first. The ones that they can push a little too far and then watch them fall.
Would you say you interact with Neely frequently?
I sense a dubious question.
I'm more just wondering if you could tell him I'd like to set up a meeting. I haven't had a moment to contact him.
Absolutely. Would you like the meeting to be alone, or can I go there as well and fangirl all over the two of you talking?
I mean, he does come over sometime to play games with Mark and I.
I go there all the time. My ghoul's living there.
I would not turn away your accompaniment should you want to join. It won't be anything truly spectacular.
Coming from you, hard doubt. You are the most spectacular Ventorador in the whole series. Oh, did I say the wrong clan? I'm sorry.
Theo actually just sort of look at his hand. These are not the hands of a rose.
Those are ones that have had to do real work.
I was more going to say I just know what I have done with these hands, and no Toreador would even try.
No, they do worse. But
oh, yes.
Only by their standards. But no, it's just to discuss some of the Sabbat information with him.
Absolutely. That will be set up.
I got an update from Killer Bee, y'all. Sorry, Theo Bell.
Oh, no, I kind of got.
Yeah. Look, he calls me sis. I call him Killer Bee. But you know.
How casual.
Very.
I mean, he is a killer, so.
Yeah. I say it with a laugh, so he thinks it's funny. But anyway, he actually has a group of folks ready to hit Maxwell within the week. He's working with questions. And also some of your cousins, Magnus.
That's good.
Yeah.
I've been telling them Maxwell's someone who does not need to stay around. He's too...
Yeah.
He draws too much attention.
And while I would love to fuck him up personally, I'm going to let Theo Bell have this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cannot wait to see what he provides.
Yeah.
Above all, entertainment. Everyone's heard at least one story about Theo Bell.
Yeah, he better be careful. I might get a better reputation with the Anarchs than he has.
Oh, Don't say that to his face. Not like it would anger him. I think he just really disliked the saying.
As his coterie goes and drives into the night, that's where I think we're going on to break.
Yes,
So,
we are. So
sit back, relax.
We'll be back in about 10.
Welcome back. Here is part 2 of our finale of the season 1 of Chicago Hidden City. We're going to start off with Bastion with Neely and Paula. Bastion, you've called Neely and Paula in. Where are they meeting you at?
We are actually meeting at Bastion's Haven.
Okay. And of course, go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and I was going to say that as they arrive, they can clearly see the difference between when last they were here. Now the place looks very jagged and disjointed. There are plenty of busts and faces made of clay around, and parts of journals everywhere, names noted in billboards with those notes that you see in movies, and strings and things like that. The place looks completely wrecked.
Okay. Go on.
Bastion opens the door to them. Oh, hello. Good evening.
Hello. How are you doing? Oh my goodness. You really went into the aesthetic of your clan, I take it.
Oh, no. I'm just doing terrible. That's it. And
okay. And Paula will be right by his side, like, Bastion. And she will do the hug, hug, kiss, kiss thing.
Bastion will do the same. Please enter. I did not prepare any food. That didn't come up to me in my mind. Sorry.
That's okay. I tend not to really eat much.
Okay. Let's sit. And Bastion is going to throw out some of the stuff in the sofa to give them space to sit.
And Neely will be very gracious and sit down where he can. And Paula will do the same. Paula's not going to be particular about anything that Bastion has or what's going on in his world. It's more of she's concerned. It's not that hard. But she's just like, are you okay?
Oh, actually, this is all an act. He points at everything. I've been doing my best to appear extremely concerned and helpless and defenseless because, as I've told the two of you, I'm being currently stalked. And the first meeting with said stalker was in this very haven. So I don't know if she would ever come back. And if she would, I wanted to have the right impact of her actions. This way she wouldn't see that I'm actually doing things in the shadows to try and get her and her whole team.
Got it. And Neely's like, okay, I understand the psychological warfare of it all. What can we do? What can I do for you, Bastion?
Yes. Here lies the problem. I've come to a somewhat hard decision for me to make. But I've realized that given the current situations, it was already something that was in the horizon, but I learned that she has possible connections with First Light.
They both kind of nod going, shit, but they're just like, mm-hmm.
And if so, he looks at Paola. You have been an amazing friend for all the years that we've been together.
She nods.
Honestly, traveling around the world with you was very fun.
I would have thought it any other way.
Yes. And I don't want to have it any other way. I don't want to have you being used as leverage against me, being targeted, being taken advantage of. I don't want you to lose yourself. And I think the only solution to that, the only way to cut entirely this line of thought from whoever may be pursuing me, is to cut you from the connection we have. I'm not saying that I don't want you around, quite the contrary. But I want people to not think that we are related. And there's only one way to do that. Because people would never believe you went clean after being a ghoul for so long.
You don't think I would leave your side or your service for this?
Indeed. But I'm thinking about your best interests, Paul. And something was pointed out to me. It's eventually going to happen. And he looks at Neely. I want you to embrace her.
He kind of stops for a moment. It's not just I'm sorry, what? It's more of, you're sure about this?
Yeah. She would be one of the best Ventro in this whole city.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Damn, in the whole world. She has a financial mind that rivals Ballard's. And she doesn't have the whole ego of being so incredible that everyone thinks you're incredible that he has.
Remind me to tell you about Hardestat at some point.
Honestly, hope that someone blows his head off, honestly.
I mean, you're not wrong.
But that's my point. She is good, really good. To a point in which her dying would be a waste. I see that as big enough justification for everyone in the clan. And then he looks at Paula. But living the cold idealisms on the side, that would free you from me, that would free you to be yourself, that would free you to be capable of pursuing power, real power. And I discussed the idea of embracing you myself, but that would damn you.
That would be dumb either way, you know this.
Yes, but the city is terrible. The people in the city are terrible. The ancient blood of mine is terrible. Granted.
You want to break the strings, don't you?
Yes. I trust you.
Truly.
I trust you, Paul. I truly do.
That's saying quite a bit right now.
The thing is, it's your life. And I don't want you to lose it. But at the same time, I know the risks that we're suffering. I know the terrible things that are happening around us. More than anyone, I'm like in the forefront of investigating it all.
Of course, you know everything about the city. You should be, actually. In Nosferatu.
But then, it's not really an easy choice for me.
It's not an easy trying to accept this from you.
I
You
don't
are
think I'm.
aware.
Hmm?
You are aware that I'm trying not to yell and scream at you right now. I mean, I understand the logic, but at the same time, yeah, you know I don't want to leave your side.
We can still be friends. Can still do things together.
We're friends. You've been pretty much my entire world. For how long?
Yeah, I know. And I'm not lying when I say that you've been pretty much my entire world as well. No one has been by my side so much as you.
Just promise me you won't lose yourself.
The only reason I'm doing this is for not losing myself.
Make this so hard, you know this. Should be screaming and crying, saying no, but I know logically you are correct on this.
You really mean always. And I wouldn't choose anyone easily for this. And he looks at Edward, and he indeed has a few blood tears in his eyes that he's not letting down yet. And I am trusting you with much more that anyone could ever do.
Neely nods and says, I understand exactly the weight of what you're doing. And I appreciate the heavy responsibility that you're putting me in. I don't take this lightly at all. Not even one moment. How about this?
Hmm?
You're with me when I do this. You're right there. You hold her while this goes, so you know for a fact what happens. And you know what? You know what? We won't do that. We're not going to do this here. No. You're coming up to my estate. We will do it properly there. And she can have a whole week there. You two can slowly bring this about. I know separations suck. Trust me. But at the same time, this isn't something I want to do in this place if people are watching. I want this done properly. And when she is, I'm not going to consider her my child. I'm going to consider her ours, yours and mine. You're going to help me with her because you two have a bond that I can't forge.
Okay. Accept this. Bashan is actually going to lean in Nearly and actually hug him.
Neely will hug him back. And I'll go, look, your coterie has done more for me than anyone has done for me in the past fucking 20 years. At the same time, talking to her and having her by me for so long, I can see the connection. I'm not going to erase these bonds. That makes us less human, less tangible. And the way that you're broken up about this,
actually told you much more than being this fucking other place didn't. About the meaning of the being human thing.
I know. Look, I'm good at acting. Sometimes I'm too good for my own uses. But this, between you two, yeah, no. There's some things I'll fuck with. This, I'm not gonna fuck with that. No. Pack whatever you need. You're spending a week up. And we'll bring her into this new life together. Because this is where you need to be.
Bastion nods.
I'm just a
Right on.
surrogate dad.
You're stupid.
Yeah. You're stupid too. Come
Bastion,
on. grab your
Bastion
shit.
is gonna kiss him.
Okay. He's gonna kiss back. It's fine. He's like, after
God
the kiss,
damn
he'll
it!
just
God
go.
damn it!
I go, I'd bridal carry you, but that just leave your whoever's watching you a little sus. You know what? Fuck it. Paula get the door. And he just picks Bastion up. He goes, come on, honey. We're going home.
Yes, Bastion will go with them.
And as Bastion, Neely, and Paula go to Neely's home, we are now going over to Spotter. Where are you, Spotter?
We're at my haven.
Oh, okay. Good to
Up on
know.
the roof.
Roof talk. Got it.
Yeah, got the transistor radio out, listening to the Cubs.
It's not a Cubs home night, is it?
No.
She's gonna sit there with this glorious mac and cheese that's got bacon in it and lovely different toasty stuff in there, and she's kind of eating it. She just kind of looks at you like, what?
Figured we should talk.
I thought this telepathy bullshit was supposed to do that for us.
I am going to regret this entire conversation, aren't I?
I don't know, having me kidnapped before telling me that I was going to be kidnapped and then put up into a hotel and all this bullshit. Yeah. If I knew I could hurt you, I'd slug you.
Oh no, you can hit me pretty hard. That really hurt in the limo.
Oh, good. I want to make sure that you knew exactly how I felt.
I made sure you learned strength for a reason.
Yeah. To make sure that I could tell you when that. Have you ever seen NCIS?
Which one's that one?
That's the one with Mark Hammond. She just turns around and just gives you this Gibbs slap.
Oh, that's the
head.
one with the completely niche like investigative service because they were running out of like investigative services to make shows about. I got
No,
you.
she does. She does not have potence up, but she just kind of gives you this gentle Gibbs slap.
Ah, yes.
That's
Denozo.
That's where. Yeah, you are being Denozo.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, I should have.
Yeah. Talk to me.
I trusted people I thought were better at the game. That was the best idea.
Yeah, that didn't even bother to talk to me about that. Got it. Okay.
We should have trusted you, and that we could have come up with something way more awesome.
Yeah. That we could have.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, I am your ghoul, and I know I've got to listen to all the things that you say, and I got to do the things you want me to do. But at the same time, I got a noggin here that works.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. It's better than mine some days. Most days.
I mean,
All
if I
days.
could get that Dr. Taylor chick that sit down and talk to you about some things and be like, come on, let's probe into your mind. Or is that the wrong doctor?
I mean, any one of them's probably smarter at that stuff than me. So.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
I don't know any of that shit.
Yeah. Everything is worn right here on the old slave. So.
Good.
It's
next.
Real weak spot.
Yeah, mostly your arm is a weak spot.
Yes.
So, what do you want to talk about? We want.
No,
what
just
you want to say?
I just I was like, as soon as we went through with that, I was done with everything that was going on. And
yeah.
When I brought in the coterie, and we solved the problem immediately.
You know that the others of this group that you got, they gotta be like chuckle ups.
No. No,
They like get the shit done.
you got to understand, when you're one of me, it's very important to keep things in clan.
No, I understand that. Paul talked to me about some things,
Mhm.
but there's this book that I had to read when I was in high school. By some real old guy. I think he's dead. His name is Thomas Paine. The book is called Common Sense.
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
I
there's
didn't go to high
another
school,
one that,
so whatever.
yeah, I mean, I did. I had to. It's required by law.
Yeah, I don't even remember. Did high schools even exist around that time?
Around your time? Yeah, I'm sure we did. When were you born?
1893.
Yeah. I mean, at least you weren't born like, I don't know, 1000. Then high schools didn't exist back then. Universities
true.
didn't start until 1393. Don't ask me how I remember this shit.
That's true.
I remember stuff. So I think it was the University of something in Germany.
Yeah.
Anyhow, no,
So you're
it
telling
was
me I need to read
Oxford.
this book?
Yes. That and also another book. It's by another guy who's probably dead. But the Art of War by Shang Tzu. Don't give me this look, my guy. You want to get up with the game? You want to kind of kick it into gear?
Why do all the women I talk to give me homework?
Because you didn't do it yourself.
Oh, this
What,
is the
you-
worst.
Oh, what? You think you were going to skip through life, do nothing?
That doesn't answer.
I will
I mean-
repeat myself.
Up until a few months ago, I was pretty much doing that.
Yeah, well, guess what? You got to step up your game to meet the people that you're gearing with.
Yeah.
You got 3 doctors.
Yeah.
3. Then you got some hotshot down from Brazil that can outshoot shit.
Yep.
What you got?
I can talk to the city.
Okay, one thing.
That's a pretty good thing.
Dude, are you a one-trick pony or are you a Nosferatu? I can't tell the difference now.
True. This is supposed to be a. Never mind.
No, what's
I'm
it
really
supposed
bad
to?
at this.
No, you're not. Look, if you're gonna shut up and clam up,
Mhm.
then we don't have a conversation. We don't have any relationship.
Right. Right.
I'm
right.
sure you don't do this to Naomi.
Nope.
Okay, then why are you doing it to me?
You're right. You're right. He said
Of course I'm right. I'm left-handed.
something. That's pretty awful.
No, left-handed are controlled by the right part of their brain. Oh, let me guess. You didn't learn that one either.
No.
No, see. What?
Learned how to keep my head down in a bunker.
Have you ever heard of Wikipedia?
Yeah.
You ever read it? Why not?
I can just ask someone to do it.
Well, then how do you learn anything?
I ask them and they tell me.
And what if you want to know something on your own?
Mm,
Ooh.
I don't know. I don't really like being solo.
Well, you were flying so quite before you came with me or Naomi.
You're right.
Of course, left-handed.
Record skipping girl.
Nah, because the more times I talk to you, the more times it's going to kind of keep in your head. I mean, come on. You think that I'm not going to turn around and try and make you a better, well, I can't say man, but I could say Nosferatu or a better, I don't know, Domitor? I don't even know what this kind of relationship is. All I know is that you're stalling, my guy.
Yeah.
In the air.
I was making some progress and now I'm stalling again.
That's where I turn around and I kind of just kick you back into gear. That or I will either drop notes to the 3 doctors or I go to Naomi, or unless you want me to go to April.
All options are equally terrifying.
Which one you want me to pick?
Let's stick with
Which
you
one
for
you
now.
Okay. What if I need backup?
I'll call April. She has a playbook. Like a footnote on one of the pages.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Mhm.
Oh, shit. Should have done that ages ago.
You want to
Fuck.
talk about reading me like a book? You talk to April.
I mean, library's open. You're already there, spread up right there. It's not that hard.
No, I know. I know.
Look.
I'm getting better, but I know.
You're a good guy. Don't get me wrong, okay?
No, I get
I'm
it.
not trying to sit here, bust your chops and shit.
No, I appreciate it. They needed chopping.
Cool. Next time I'll get a cleaver. Anyhow, I see you struggling at times. You don't say much, which never expect you to say. But
No, you're right. You're right. I just, it's been a crash course. It's been a little lost. Done okay. But,
what about that chest shot, Dr. T.O.
Oh.
Right over.
Naomi kicks my ass in it every night.
Yeah. Why didn't you turn it into checkers with me so you learn how to play chess?
Start walking before you get into a sprint. At the gist here.
Actually, got to crawl before you can walk.
That's true.
And I'm not saying you're bad at it.
No,
It's
no.
just she knows how to play this game far more than you. Whoa.
No,
Flip the script, my guy.
trying to learn by getting thrown into the deep end. Swim. Learn to swim.
Not going to work for you.
Exactly.
When you're dealing with, great white sharks like the tree doctors in the Rose, ain't going to help you.
No.
They smell blood in the water. They circle that shit like nothing. Like it's like you opened up a buffet, my guy.
Oh, like Shark Week. I know that one.
Exactly. Oh man, I can't wait to see next. I can't wait for this year's Shark Week. That shit's gonna be awesome. But let's start you at a good place. It's only gonna help your ego, and it's only gonna help you feel good about yourself.
Right.
You've been walking around here like a fucking moat.
Good word for it.
I know. I clean up your stuff, and every time I go into your place to make sure it's all nice and tidy, I don't have to pick up any tidy whities or anything because I know you hadn't had Naomi over. You can shake your head all you want. What's wrong?
No,
You're
I
getting
don't. I
action
don't
at the
mind
scene?
that it happened. It's just I'm a little old fashioned with that stuff.
How old fashioned are we talking?
Just I don't bring it up in casual conversation.
Well, it's only you and me. It's not like I brought, the rest of your people over. They can't hear us.
Yeah, but they already know, and they do rib me about it.
No, well, I mean, from what I understand, friends rib other friends. If you don't have friends that rib you, are they really friends at all?
Oh no, that's why we get along.
How about this? I know how much you like to walk around and view things and talk to the city and blah, blah, yada, yada. What do I get audiobooks for you?
No,
You don't have to sit and read. You can walk around at your glacier's pace and do shit.
okay.
And then you can listen to the audio and then you can actually read the books, as in the book is being read to you.
Okay. All right. But what do you want?
What do I want for what?
Hey, this is this world we live in is give and take.
Oh, I know what I want.
Not to have you kidnapped again?
A fucking clue next time before you do shit like this.
I'm going to
damn.
you first. I'm going to you first, but
Wait, no. Look, I know street shit, which
I know.
clearly you have totally forgotten.
Oh no, I remember street shit.
Say that to my face without breaking in a
I
smile.
remember street shit. I was doing street shit before you were even like a glimmer in your dad's Glimmer and whatever.
Wow, you can't even say glimmer in my dad's eye yet. Damn.
No.
Okay, we're gonna bring you out of. Wait, when were you embraced again?
20s. 20s. 1923.
Oh, my dude, are you that far back? Do we need to bring you into where we are now?
Well, the others are way farther back, but they seem to have acclimated better.
And how well have you acclimated?
I mean, you have a pretty good idea.
Oh, so Jack and shit. Got it. I'm just glad that you don't wear the brim hat anymore and then try and do the whole jazz hands thing with the whole silent movie picture bullshit. You do know we can still drink liquor. We can drink alcohol now, right? And I can vote, right? We're good?
Oh,
Okay,
yes.
good. Okay. Want to make sure. I got you. Now we just have to work with you on the computer.
All right. You know what? I got to get you to the restaurant.
What restaurant?
Oh, well, it'll be a surprise. I'll make sure we have company too.
I believe we've talked about surprises.
Oh, no, this is a good surprise. It's a place I can eat.
She pulls out her pinky finger. You pinky swear on this. This is fucking legally binding.
Pinky swear.
Okay.
With prowess.
Oh, she'll pop it. And be like, you want to beat me on this, my guy?
Yeah, but she can't surge strength.
This is true. Okay.
Most egregious use of potence ever.
Absolutely.
All right.
She said legally binding, so I'm going to make sure it's legally binding. But yeah, and I'll get her, get Naomi, and get all the ribbing out of the way. You two can get to know each other. And then we'll get some audiobooks.
For you.
For me.
Okay. And I'll work on you with the computer later. And then you can Wikipedia your shit.
I've heard that Wikipedia isn't a valid source for literally anything.
Well, neither is the internet, but at the same time, people are believing it anyhow. So I might as well jump into it, learn what's true, what's not true, and then fuck it.
All right.
Who cares?
Exactly.
Okay.
Hey, actually, if it's still, is it still early in the night, or is it the same night as it was early from previous?
Yeah, it's still early.
All right. I'll text Naomi, see if we can get this going.
Now? Fuck.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Do I have to dress shit?
I mean, wear clothes.
Well, I wasn't gonna fucking naked.
It's a weird place. I mean, they may not mind.
I'm taking a shot before I go.
All right. Don't worry. We'll get picked up soon.
And as that ends, we're seeing Theo. Where's Theo going?
He is approaching a medical center that he now visits infrequently.
Okay.
He has an appointment set up with a good Dr. Blazovic.
And as you show up, you see Blazovic at the door, kind of waiting for you. And she will open the door and walk you into her office. Kind of like, this was late. How are you doing, Dr. Smith?
What a question. I'm well.
Do you want tea or something?
Oh, no, thank you. I'm all right.
Okay. What can I help you with tonight?
I had an idea.
Okay, listening.
And wanted to see if you would be willing, with your many fine associates here, be interested in listening to.
Okay, I'm here listening.
For a handful of years, I have operated my own private practice. Nothing too grand. Operated on those who could afford me, and for local areas, discount as I could. I am no Magnus Sanchez. I cannot have that sort of medical breadth.
He is his own person. That is very true.
I've helped in his clinics a handful of times, but I don't go to them probably as often as I could.
Okay. Why not?
Just busy.
Fair enough.
Quite a lot of hell in being the Magister of the Tremere.
I would never want your crown upon my head.
Crowns must be comfortable.
Not
But-
always.
But I am
As-
settling into my role. All the same.
Okay.
But I find myself stagnating, getting bored. And as I have seen throughout history ad nauseum, a bored kindred is a very dangerous thing.
This is true.
And I find I am a good general practitioner, a fine surgeon. But there's other practices I could still lean into. My early days, one could argue, were spent studying phlebotomy and blood. I even still have the hammer and spike used to let it all out.
Interesting phrase.
Very. But by now, in modern medicine, that is considered archaic.
It
I
is
still
very.
think that there was some applications for it, but people refuse to listen to me.
It's about the pain factor. I'm not going to lie.
There's ways around that now.
True.
Would you be interested in, if nothing else, maybe a merger of our businesses?
The merger. Well, I am already a well-known physician as well as a surgeon, and I've doing a whole bunch of other things. What would you like to merge with us? What would you like to learn from us?
Well, I suppose that entirely depends on specialties or what you would need. I understand that you have done some cosmetic surgery.
It's pretty much a bread and butter.
If nothing else, I could be brought in as a consultant for whatever you would need in case-by-case situations. We could expand your facility here and add some more areas. I could possibly recruit and bring some more doctors and nurses as well.
Isolate is trying to do water therapy as well. And as much as I enjoy watching her do it, sometimes it's a little unnerving when you feel it and being around her. She's one of yours. The whole, path thing.
That is a fascinating application of that. I'll have to talk to her later.
Your body is 70% water. Well, I mean, ours is blood, but same thing. How better to turn around the humerus of the body and it being imbalanced by rebalancing it with what is exactly in it?
My understanding of elemental works is not as expansive as others.
When we turn around and do cosmetic surgery, people swell. Why is people swelling? What causes a swell? She turns around to help slowly de-swell, making the healing process faster.
Interesting.
How about this? I'm not opposed to this merger, and I would be more than happy to bring this up to everyone else. But I would think of it this way. Why don't you try to think about joining us? As in, not a merger, but joining us. We're not going to take you away from your coterie or any of the camarilla, but as in a medical practice, you can see how we actually work with people. To get to know them, even though they are human and kind and blah, blah, yada, yada, yada. There's a human part of it that we miss, that we're not a part of anymore. There is a spiritual or a spirit connection that many people forget.
I was not going to offer that particular option, seeing it as a bit presumptuous since this would have been our first meeting on such a subject.
Yes, but I can see in your eyes the hunger of trying to have a connection and trying to build something more so than yourself.
It is unfamiliar territory.
Exactly. What better way than to acknowledge it and allow us to help you bring yourself into this? You might have the humanity and understanding of things, which is great with the practical part of it, but how's your bedside manner?
I'm not cold
Oh,
anymore.
I believe the term called is frosty. And she will actually go like that off her shoulder.
Better frost than ice.
But what does frost come from? Ice.
Regardless, it's something that I'm improving.
I would say if we can help you with your bedside manner. Now, I understand you are no Magnus Sanchez who literally has a bleeding heart. But the same part, we can turn around and let you have at least a more comfortable way of handling it, yes?
If it can improve me, I am always willing to learn.
Don't know if it'll improve until you try.
Allow me to ask my business consultant before I give you a firm answer.
Not a problem. I won't even turn around and you can charge what you want to charge. I have no problem with this. It's more the fact of you need to figure out what this is telling you.
It's hard to figure out something I haven't listened to much.
Yes, that's why you need to remove your head out of your ass.
I'm not a Ventru.
No, they have it permanently welded up in there. You have the chance to remove it.
You need to meet my coterie. You would quip along with the best of them.
I look forward to that introduction. Would you like to stay and see the whirlpool for a bit?
Certainly. Let's
Okay.
take a look at this.
And as Dr. Blazowicz takes Theo down to the whirlpools, Magnus, where are we finding you?
Mm. Magnus would be at the After the End restaurant in one of the private rooms.
Okay. I'm assuming Evie is joining you because she's running a
Yes.
little late. One of your cousins opens the door and you see Evie coming in. Yeah, I'm so sorry. Traffic.
Yeah.
The Kennedy was a pain. Think we'd learn how to fly or something, you know?
Well, if we learned how to fly, then everyone whose business depends on the roads would start losing money, and they can't be having that.
Oh, stop it. I wanted, I was promised a Jetson car so many years ago. Why not?
Yes.
I think it would be fun.
Well, for the reason I spoke of before, and now you have a computer that fits in the palm of your hand that you can use to video call someone across the world. So, trade-offs.
But now I want a robot.
That's doable.
Next time I'm going to make sure you sit down with me and we watch the Jetsons.
I've seen the Jetsons. I lived through that time.
So did I, apparently. So what are we here for? I thought I was going to bring home dinner or something.
I just thought it would be nice to spend some time.
Yes, well, you have this something in your eye of you're wanting to say something, but it's stuck in the middle between your brain and your mouth.
I just We haven't really talked about when you might be traveling. I know you travel a lot.
You do.
It's part of why you agreed to come here when I asked for someone who could teach me the ways of your clan.
I know. The ranch in Mandan is doing okay. Might go. I'm not sure when. Why?
I wanted to ask if you'd consider living in the city more permanently.
More permanently? What? You've got a smirk about you that I'm supposed to read your mind.
I have found myself enjoying our times together. And thinking about you leaving for months or years at a time is unpleasant.
Unpleasant because I won't be around, or you can't just gently, go in for a side hug when you need one.
Because you won't be around.
Well, if I'm flat, then that it's all over. Oh, come
What?
on, you have to smile at that. I said if I'm flat, then it's all over. You said, do you like me around? Oh. See, there you are. You're smiling. It's better, yes?
Yes. I
Okay.
smile much more than I used to.
Why is that? You used to be so... I don't know what the word is in English. So clammed up.
I was holding on to the past. And I didn't
What?
have anything to look forward to. Just a nebulous amount of unlife and whatever good I could eke out of that.
And what good have you eked out of it now?
Well, I managed to convince the poor wolves to accept some help from a filthy leech. So there's that. They'll have funds for shelter, education, things of that nature. I've been helping the cousins, though it's harder to help them because they don't like feeling as though they're in debt. So everything has to be a deal and as equal as possible in their minds. We're working on that. I've established a clinic network that's doing more and more good for the people of the city, and in the next couple years, I'm hoping we'll start adding counseling and mental health to that as well. I've been able to do a lot of good, but that's not why I've been smiling more. I've been smiling more because I look forward to the times in my nights where I get to see you. I get to spend time with you.
Are you dare saying that you want me to stay around so you can court me more?
Yes.
And how long are you going to court me for?
I don't know. I'm old-fashioned.
No. You're asking me to stay. Is that more old-fashioned, or are you just wanting to be selfish?
Bit of both.
I see. And you don't know when you want to do anything more permanent than that. Or are you still trying to feel yourself out on this?
I'm still trying to feel that out. It's,
Interesting. What?
you know, I haven't had much experience in this. And it's
What?
been near a century and a half since I did.
What, in relationships or talking to a woman?
Relationships.
Now, I was going to say, if you weren't talking to women, I would wonder what you'd say.
No, I've talked to plenty of women, just not ones I was interested in.
Okay, then I'm going to ask you, what does your heart tell you? Because you're not listening to it, you're in your head.
The head and the heart are connected.
Not when it comes to me. Your head and the heart are conflicted at times because, as a gentleman, as you just said, you're old-fashioned.
Mm-hmm.
So,
That's part of who I am, Evie.
I know.
That's not going to change. I'm not Taylor. I'm not Bastion.
I'm not expecting you to be anyone but you. But I'm telling you gently where I'm seeing the disconnect or the overconnection. You can't help, I am a little observant on you, yes?
I just need time.
That's fine. I understand. I'm not rushing you to anything. But I won't wait forever.
I wouldn't expect you to.
If I am to stay here a bit more permanently, where would you suggest I stay?
Well, that depends. Would you be wanting a house or an apartment or an estate?
I will phrase this another way. If I am to stay, to whom am I staying with? You might be old-fashioned. But I don't think you're as old-fashioned as to not want to move in. Or is that what you're not asking?
That's what I need more time for.
I see. So then I stay somewhere where you can at least come by, yes?
Yes.
I shall think on this.
Very well. And he takes her hand and just kisses it. Like, oh, shall we have our meal?
Sure. I haven't had escargot in forever. And as they start to eat their meal, Taylor, where are you at?
Well, being that all the water in the Undercity actually comes from the lake.
Yep.
She has gone down to her garden to a
Mhm.
secluded alcove that
Mhm.
is one of her private spaces in it. And there is, from the water in the garden, it comes to a terminus in there into a little, like, almost pool.
And are you waiting for the spirit, or are you calling to it? Is there a particular way of doing this?
I believe she is calling to it.
as you call out. It's not an immediate response.
No, of course it wouldn't be.
I would say give it between 5 and 7 minutes.
All right. She's not going to keep calling out. She put out a call.
Perfect.
And she has a book with her, and she's just reading it.
It's about, I'd say about 6 minutes. And you start to see as the water comes in and out, it has this more of this bioluminescent look to it. It takes a while before this bioluminescence fills up that pool you have.
Mm-hmm.
And slowly, ever so slowly, you can sense that the mood around you is peaceful, calm. And slowly this almost like body moves. And it's a flowing kind of, I wouldn't say a whoosh, but a nice up. And the water takes up almost like a human shape.
Mm-hmm.
It's not your mother.
No.
But it's of a motherly look. It's a motherly, woman-like figure.
Mm-hmm. And Taylor will set the book down on the bench that she was sitting on and stand up and approach the edge of the pool. And she'll say, "Thank you for responding to my call."
It will nod to you slowly. And then it will gently say to you, "What do you wish, my child?"
"I wish to thank you for your attempt to bring me comfort in my distress."
Did it?
Not exactly.
Why not?
It unlocked memories that I didn't realize I had. My mother died when I was 3 years old.
Sorry that you had that loss.
It's okay. But I understand the intent behind what you did. And I appreciate it.
You've only forgotten because the waters didn't remind you. We never forget.
I do understand that now. So I also thank you of giving me my memories of her back.
Do you want more, or are you okay with what you have?
I'm okay. This isn't to request you do anything for me. This is truly to thank you.
The spirit nods, but looks and kind of moves its hand up towards you to kind of like try and hold your hand for a moment.
She will actually extend her hand to it.
I mean you no harm. We don't wish to push you in ways you don't need to go. You've done enough in the city to help people. We realize that. But if you want the memories you have unlocked, we can do this not as a service, but as a thank you to what you and your people have done for us.
If that is what you wish to do, you may.
It will be emotional.
Of course.
Do you wish this now, or do you wish to prepare yourself?
I'm always prepared.
You might want to sit on your settee.
She does.
And you will see the spirit slowly stand up. And as it exits this pool, it's a long dress. that still connects the spirit to the pool, which connects it to the water. But she will create a chair for herself. And she hasn't let go of your hand.
Mhm.
And then for the next however long it takes, the spirit will gently unlock all of the memories slowly and carefully to you about your mother and any other memories that you have either forgotten or want to remember.
And as this is happening, Taylor does start to cry.
What is your humanity at?
8.
So you're not crying blood tears, you're crying water tears. And
She opens her eyes when it's done. I am well, thank you.
of course you're well, you're crying water, not blood. I know the difference from your kind.
Yaryan told me you were proud.
We are, but we know when kind souls come our way. Discretion is always, from what I learned, the better part of valor.
Please help Edith if you can.
She is a soul we're trying to help. She slowly avoids us when we call out to her, so we're waiting patiently to see what we can do for her. Don't worry. We know the path that she is fighting against. I may or may not have certain abilities within the city to block such events.
I am happy that our goals align.
Rest well, Hester. You're loved no matter what. She'll actually give you a soft little kiss on the forehead. I leave you to your memories. And she will slowly go back into the pond.
And she just sits there looking at the water for a bit.
And as you are looking at the water and the rest of this coterie is having its unique relationship moments, I'm happy to say I'm concluding season 1 of Chicago Hidden City. Thank you all. And I couldn't do this without you. So thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Season 1 is a wrap. And we will be not back for 3 weeks, y'all. 3 weeks. Yep. But we will be back in 3 weeks. So
What a dichotomy.
Yeah. Do join us on the Discord. That is where we hang out when we are not streaming, and we do host Zoom chats on Friday or Saturday evenings when we are not streaming on Friday or Saturday evenings. So soon-ish, there may be a Zoom chat now that some shows are going on break. Yeah. Soonish TM. Okay. And And also, that is where we post our casting calls. And there is a current active and ongoing casting call for Call of Cthulhu 7E that typically does stream on Saturdays at 3 p.m. Eastern. Right now, that is on summer break, but they will be back soon. And they are looking for guest players to play in 1907-ish era London with some Call of Cthulhu stuff, you know, where you read the books that make you go mad and you learn the Cthulhu mythos and you go insane and you're happy because you're insane, and nothing that should scare the absolute bejesus out of your investigator does anymore. So,
You know they're a veteran when they sigh at the tentacles instead of scream.
Exactly.
And tinfoil hats do not help you. That's just
They
the
don't
thing.
help. They don't help. So if you like Call of Cthulhu and want to have a chance to guest play in one of those sessions, do join our Discord and apply to that casting call. Also, if you'd like to catch back episodes of this season or a host of other World of Darkness content and TTRPG content, go to the McStabber Studios YouTube, y'all. For real, we've been doing this for over 5 years. We're pushing towards 6, and we have a ton of content on our YouTube channel. And also do give some love to the YouTube channel of London Esoteric Society. That is where our amazing GM Tiss posts her content for perpetuity. She has London Esoteric Society there, the Call of Cthulhu stream. She also has Ishvel, which is a D&D 5e campaign that was completed here on our channel. And she also has a variety of other games, including a 7th Sea miniseries that she ran with us in January. So do give her some love to her channel as well. Oh, looks like it got double posted for friends. Okay, do check out our friends. I was like wondering, I'm like, why did the friends list get deleted? But I'm like, oh, Astral did it. Okay. Do check out our friends who also stream with us here. Junie Von Esch, what you got going on?
Well, we are in a St. Jude's campaign. We are $74 away from hitting our goal of 500. If we do that, I do a lot of crazy things, and then we go for a stretch goal, maybe 1,000. We'll see where it goes.
Woo!
But I know, right? So every $200 that we raise, and I can't put it there, we raffle off this guy, and I will be making them in June. It is our Happy Trash Fire St. Jude's. And gosh, I have other stuff that I can give away and do prizes. So it's all on what we can do because it's all for the kids. And I'm a St. Jude better, so yeah. So I strangle yarn and do things, and as Shanky says, I stitch and bitch. I bitch a little bit, but still, it's fine. And then you'll find me either here or on Ravenous Archons thing. And if you join the Discord, you'll know when I go live.
Absolutely. And do check out Ravnos Archon. He does stream TTRPGs on his channel, as well as running games and playing in games here with us. That man does something almost every night of the week, y'all, for real. And of course, check out Mischievous Red. She will do some crafty stuff from time to time and sometimes play some games on her channel on Sundays. As she likes to say, though, and Junie just said, be a part of our Discord and you'll get alerted when our friends go live. Because she's a little, sometimes she has the spoons to do it, sometimes she doesn't. So when she goes live, it gets announced on our Discord and you can join her there. Re-Rolls is currently on hiatus for his channel. However, he does plan to come back in June with some new TTRPG content. So go check him out. And of course, DM Daddy RPG is where you will find Jen of Thieves. Her and her husband run that channel and they run and play games there. And it's amazing, y'all. I think they just started up a new Hunter Chronicle. So if you like Hunter, go check them out. And also, if you'd like to check out some studio merch, you can go to the Zazzle link that should be in chat. Where is it? There it is. Go to the Zazzle link and check out our merch there if you would like it too, because we do have some cute things there. We have some studio merch and game associated merch. A few things there are listed as adults, so make sure you're signed into Zazzle and that you've set your account to view all items, because you won't be able to find some of our adult rated merch like the Camp Wish a Motherfucker Would Camp Counselor t-shirt. And we also have Kat's to-do list, which is kick ass, checked. Take names, checked. Be a dragon, check. Hell, she's a fucking fire-breathing dragon now. And and that's checked. And of course, Dracula. Not checked. Will it ever be checked? Maybe we'll never know. Breathes fire once. And if you would like to support the amazing players of this chronicle, you can do so by showing biddies. And thank you to everyone so far that has given bits tonight. We do distribute bits and donations to our cast here at McStabber Studios. If you would like to support the studio itself, you can do so by subscribing here on Twitch. If you have Amazon Prime, you get 1 free subscription a month. You might consider giving that to us. And you can also, if you don't want Twitch to be a horrible pimp and take half, you can go buy Mama a coffee. I am chronically exhausted, y'all, because I am doing way too much shit all the time. Literally, buy me a coffee if you can afford to. Appreciate you. But seriously, the coffee money that goes back into studio to pay for studio expenses, seriously. So we appreciate that support if you can give it. And of course, if you cannot give financially, we completely understand. We do not sublock anything here on Twitch. We understand. So if you need to support us in a way that doesn't cost anything, the best way to do that is to go to YouTube and subscribe to the channel for free. Make sure if you're watching content there that you both like and comment on the content that you're watching on our YouTube channel, because what that does is it basically shows the YouTube algorithm that we have engaging content. So it boosts us higher in the search rankings when people are looking for content like ours. It's a free way that only takes a few moments of your time to support us. And we appreciate all those that do that. And we engage with the comments, y'all. We do. Yeah. We answer questions. We respond to comments. Yeah. So that's a great way to support us. And thank you to all, truly, that do that. Coming up over the next week, y'all, we're down to 1 stream. Just one. Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, Kansas City, a domain divided. We have raided the Second Inquisition Medical Facility. There was big booms going on outside. Big booms. Big bada boom. Sorry, I love fucking Fifth Element.
It's a great movie.
It's a great movie.
Who cares?
Literally. And we basically found some people that experimental fucking procedures were done on, and we put them out of their fucking misery. And now we're walking into obviously a trap. But it's fine, because we're going to have to, because we're gunning for Grant Solomon, y'all. Fucker going down. Even if most of us or all of us go down with him, it's fine.
When you got mages with you, it's fine.
We got Dracula.
So long as one of the coterie survives, it's not considered a loss.
That's
True. Brother on brother action, and not in the rude way. That's right, Ravnosarkon. But Kat got her brother involved. Who knew Rurik could be a helper?
Nope. That Cujo comment, let me tell you.
So we are going to finish up the raid on the Second Inquisition. Will it be the end of the Chronicle? Who knows? Check it out Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And lastly, again, take care of yourselves, y'all, for real. And really, if you are struggling right now, it's completely understandable. mental health is May is Mental Health Awareness Month. It gets stigmatized and brushed aside and treated horribly because mental illness is an invisible illness. Most people that have mental illness function in society. But functioning in society can be really fucking hard, y'all. And especially when society is basically on fire. If you are in crisis, please reach out for help. Please reach out to loved ones you can trust, friends you can trust. If you have professionals in your life that you see for your mental well-being, reach out to them for help. If you do not have access to those things, please contact a helpline, a crisis support line, please, for your needs. Right now in chat, there is a list of organizations you can call or text 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, staffed with people that want to help you. Let them do that, please. You are not alone. And one of the worst things you can do when you are in crisis is not seek the help of those that want to help you. Please do so. Okay? You are not a burden. People want to help. And if you are not in chat right now on Twitch, you're outside of the US, or the organizations that we have listed in Twitch chat do not suit your needs, please go to findahelpline.com. At that site, you can pull up by your location the crisis support resources available to you. It covers over 140 countries, so it has a wide network of support agencies that can help. Please utilize that resource if you need it, and take care of yourself. We want you around a long time. Okay? And also, I'm on McStabber, I'm a registered nurse. Please, please, please take your meds, drink your water, get some sunshine when you can, but wear your SPF. Skin cancer's a bitch, y'all. And also, make sure that you get vaccinated. It is real fucking important to get vaccinated, to make sure your vaccines are up to date, to get the annual boosters of vaccines. Real fucking important. Okay? And also, if you are responsible for the care and upbringing of children, get them fucking vaccinated. Measles outbreaks are climbing, y'all. And it's killing vulnerable children. Absolutely, it already has and will continue to do so. And that is just horrifying neglect. To not vaccinate your children. It doesn't cause autism. That's genetic. So, yeah. And lastly, if you're a fascist sympathizer or you're a fascist enabler, fuck off and go to hell. No tolerance for you. For the rest of us, gotta look out for one another. Gotta cause good trouble where we can, but we need to be safe and smart about it. Make sure you're aware of what's going on in your area and your community. All cops are bad, y'all. All of them. And yeah, just be careful out there. Said with all sincerity, y'all have a good night.